Hello everyone, Obali here again. This video is all about removing the rear crankcase crankshaft bearing housing on the Austin 7 crankcase. Thank you Rory for phoning me yesterday evening to give me the encouragement and advice on using a long drift to actually punch it out. This is the beast that I need to get out. It's the housing that holds that roller bearing in place. These two holes there have had their threads stripped. You're supposed to use the bolts that hold this in place in there to jack this out. So can't use that, and I'm having to use a drift. A 2-foot long blaster drift to bash in from that side. So let's get this positioned again. And heat gun. It's going to be a bit noisy. Alright, let's give it a try. Not a very big hammer needed. Down the bottom, resting against the crank, and whack. Opposite side. Careful. Okay, I think I know what I need to do. I need to make a slot in there. I need to recess one little bit so it hooks on and doesn't damage the lip. So I'm going to switch off and modify this. Focus. I machined the lip on it. Which rests against the bearing housing inside there perfectly and will no longer slip. I need to heat that up again. Modified drift. Quite, yep, nearly out. Well, that was easy. Thank you, Rory. Now my doohickey. My doohickey, where is it? Doohickey was outside. This little animal. No idea if it's going to work. Now the crank is going to fall down. Okay, let's leave it that way. Doesn't matter. Not serious. Oh! Ha! Well. And there it is, in all its glory. The roller bearing. And that is going to press out. Look at that. That is going to press out very easily. Oops. It came out. I pressed it out. Here's the front cover. That is the front cover, but it's missing the oil thrower. This has been dinged before. I do not believe it. Can I get up closer? Let's have a look. Come on. Yeah, there we are. There. Really dinged. That needed probably a sledgehammer to do that. That's done. The next is the front bearing, and for that I've made a special puller. So that's it. Okay, let's turn the radio down. Oh, down, not up. I'm about to remove the crankshaft pinion. Starter dog, as you can see, for hand cranking the engine. I wonder how many people realize that years gone by, the only way you could start an engine was by cranking it. Now I need to, this lever's off. Let's go for the Mukulu one. How's that for a lever? There it comes. It's surprising what a bit of leverage can do in life. Got to watch out it doesn't pop off. Nearly. Ah, there we are. And there it is. Crankshaft pinion. So that's job's done. The next is to get that bearing out. That will be the next video. Oh, I can see I'm going to have to do some work on these threaded sections there. I'm going to have to countersink them because the top thread looks as if it's pulled out. These as well I need to give a slight shallow countersink. Otherwise, when you put pressure on, the top thread pulls out. Bad news. Back again after a few days absence and making the special tool to remove the front bearing. And here it is. All the parts. This is how the special tool works. It goes down the crankcase. It slides into that little notch in there, both ends, but I only need to use it on that side and the other one on the other side, and this, the edge rests on the inner race, that little edge there, and with any luck pressure is supposed to push the bearing out. Let's have a look. pusher plate pushes those two shafts, and those in turn push the inner race of the bearing out, which means the whole bearing comes out with any luck. Who knows? Who knows indeed? Yes. Well, something moved. Something definitely moved. Something is catching. Something is catching. I've also got to be careful that the bearing doesn't pop out. I can't leave that where it is, because the bearing is going to suddenly vanish and do itself an injury. Going to have to think of something. What better than a pillowcase? How's that for thinking out of the box? Perfect. The old brain works sometimes. It doesn't always work, but I surprise myself when it does. Thinking out the box, as they say. I found that pressure on there and the hammer Yep. I'm surprised it's that tight. Oh, of course, it's the outer race that's tight. The inner race is loose. So it's the outer race that's being popped out. There it comes. You see that? I heard it. The outer race is not budging. Now, why ain't you coming out, mate? It's nearly out. Oh, I see what it is. You idiot. Idiot! What a moron! Damn, 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 will you believe it? Okay, guys. I left the key in there. It's a taper key. There it comes. Here it comes. Remove it. I do not believe it, people. This little beastie. Look at that. fits into the groove. To locate this gear, let me get the other side. That's what it does in there. Can you see? Not so sure. Whatever, it's in there. It stops this from moving because this is one of the timing gears. It's free. So what's stopping it from coming off? Looking for that, meanwhile I've got it in my left hand. There it is. Free. It's as free as a bird. Hip hip. Flippin' hooray. Yes. It's nice when a plan comes true after you've noticed your BALLS up. Apart from the aforementioned up, there it is. There it is in all its glory. The front crankshaft bearing. Oh my goodness, that oil is grotty. Jeez, look at that. I'll show you the oil that's in the sump. Right, now I need to keep that oriented properly. That goes on the inside. These are obviously spacers. That's obviously a spacer. Two spacers. How is that for the contents of a sump? Can you think of anything more yucky than that? I am going to call it a day, because yesterday I spent the whole morning on the bungalow roof. Why am I on the roof, you quite rightly ask? At my age, I need a hole in the head. I did so because the TV aerial was wobbly. I don't watch TV any longer because it is all CRAP or SH&1T. But it was wobbly, and every time a dove landed or took off, it would wobble and the noise would echo down the chimney, and it would wake me up when I was trying to have a doze in the armchair. So that was number one priority. I was up and down that blasted ladder about 10 times. Why 10, you ask? Because I kept forgetting things. And now the wobble on the TV aerial has gone, but my pins are now wobbly. For pins equals legs. My legs are given in. So today is done. Nothing else I can think of, people. Oh yes, crankshaft out. Let's do that, because obviously that is quite a fiddle, getting the crankshaft out. So we may as well do it together. Crankshaft is obviously all sorts of up, downs, in, out, sideways, yada yada yada. Of course there are two bearings. Now all you Austin 7 aficionados are probably laughing your heads off. Yeah, and I'm not surprised. I am not offended at all. Call me all the... No, that's going to fall out there. Make as much fun of me as you care. I do not care. I enjoy my waffling. This, you are seeing it as it happens. It hasn't been sanitized, although most of it is not going to be sanitized. It's as it happens. The good, the bad and the ugly. And my goodness, forgetting that key was the ugly part. Forgetting to remove that key. Oh, I will never live that down, I can tell you, I can see that. My epitaph. He forgot to take the key out. It'll go down in Austin 7 folklore. What, are you that easy? Surely not. Too much to hope for. Okay, let's carry on turning. Ah, here we go. Here we go. Yep. It clicked as the tension breaks. Normal. Click again. Is that it? Yep, I think that's it. I'm having to use a bolt because one of the studs came out. Or rather, 1, 2, 3 studs came out when I was removing the gearbox. Handy tool, recommended. Another pristine looking bearing. Now they say wiggle and jiggle. Like so. Famous last flippin' words. Absolutely last flippin' words. There we go, there's our technique. Can you see the technique? Yeah. And one crankshaft. Let's see. That. A cracked crankshaft will give this sound. not this sound. That's it, people. Thanks for watching, and remember, the idiot who never checks properly, which is my want. Prove to myself that I am human and capable of making errors. Cheers for now. Bye bye.